the chat on top. Okay. Man, I haven't live streamed in like 2 weeks or so. Do you also live stream or like?
Never done a live before. Not on Instagram.
Okay.
But that was like years ago.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like, I'm trying to live stream once in a while. I think it's just like, yeah, I'm not going to be a live stream YouTuber or something like that, but I just like enjoy
Yeah, it's good to have like variety in. And as well, like you can make from that one single live, you can make so much fucking content.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely. Okay, let me just do something real quick. Okay. Wait. Just one moment. Man, like, your camera quality is so good. Like, that is really crazy.
I'm amazed as well.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, just one moment. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought like something lagged, but everything's fine.
But
Okay. I think I'm going to like do the live stream public now, but as I said, like the first 2 minutes or so are just like random. But
yeah.
Okay.
No issues on that. I want to get the link so I can maybe
Sounds good.
share it.
Okay. It's now public. Maybe it's going to take some time to like reload. Wait. Is it should be
I
public
am
now.
refreshing the page.
Okay, it should be public now. Yeah, now it is.
Yeah, now it is.
Now it is. Perfect. Like the thumbnail. I just like created it. Just in like 5 minutes or so. But I think it's good. It should be public now. Yeah, now it is.
What is the thumbnail? I can't see it. Or I'm fucking stupid.
Okay. But I think it's good.
Give me a second.
Okay. I think sound-wise it also is good. So I just checked like sound real quick. Take your time, no problem. Okay.
Give me a second. Yeah, sound is nice. Pam 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 param 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 pam pa. Pum parum 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 pum po.
Okay, but the chat is a bit too. Wait, I have to like. I think that's better now. To be honest. Yeah, I think we can start now.
Superb.
Okay.
Hello everyone.
Hello, guys.
Here is Supaclarkson and Elias doing a live stream.
That's true. So whenever you're ready.
Yes, give me 1 minute, please.
Of course. Because Excited.
Yes.
And also got some cool topics to talk about today.
I am ready.
Okay, so what's up, Livestream? Hello, everybody. Today we are here with Supaclarkson, the GOAT, as I like to call him. Yeah, for everybody that don't know Supaclarkson, can you just like please introduce? Oh, did not expect that. That's some huge biceps, bro. For everybody that don't know Supaclarkson, can you just please introduce yourself? Name, age would be perfect.
I am Karl Nidas by government name. I'm 24 years old and I run a channel called Supaclarkson, which is my alter ego. Just like Drake said. Drake said something funny as well.
Perfect. Sounds
Anita
good.
Max win.
That's also true. Okay, so also the first topic. I've heard you were in Latvia. You judged competition, right? Is that true? Like I saw from
Like recently.
Recently, yeah.
There wasn't no competition, but I was just training with the boys basically.
Oh.
Training. We were shooting some videos.
Oh. Because like you did many competitions on your whole calisthenics journey, right? Is that true?
Wait.
Okay, of course, no problem. Okay. Now he's flexing. Sadly I don't even have one, but hopefully that will change in some time.
You will get it soon, bro. I was just like you when I started. But these are basically all the trophies, and these are all the medals. But like, and this is all calisthenics.
All calisthenics.
Yes. Not a single fucking school running competitions. So these are all like, yeah. Pull-ups, push-ups, freestyle, you name it. So there is a bunch of shit here.
But like so many trophies, I did not expect that. That's really, really cool. That is like...
No!
But are there also...
This is... Yeah, continue, sorry.
Okay. No, like, what I mean is, are there also like international trophies or only in your home country?
Some are international.
Oh, some are international.
But those are like medals for participating.
Oh.
I haven't gotten into the podium outside of the country in that sense. The best I've reached was the Euromala World Cup at 4th place.
But that's...
Out of like 20 something participants.
That's good, not gonna lie.
Yeah. And I have now like beef with the third guy.
Really?
Because he won me with 0.5 points. Yeah, a Latvian guy. I just saw her. Fuck me. Saw him. Yesterday. But we're friends, so it's cool.
Oh, so your home country is Latvia, right?
Estonia.
Estonia. But you went to Latvia, right? In the last couple of days.
I traveled. I traveled there. It's like a 4 or 5 hour trip. By car, by bus.
It's pretty long. But like, you've also mentioned you're 24, right? Like, when did you start training calisthenics? When was your first age approach? I was into like sports in general. Way back when I was like 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, but this was like school stuff, the basic running, jumping, the basic athleticism. But initially, like 2014, that would make me 13 was when I started. Really? 2014? Yes. So about 10 years of calisthenics experience, right? Or like 11? Yeah. 11, I think, yeah. No. And I can't remember, was it like... Yeah. It might have been like late 2013 or early 24. Somewhere in that range, basically. Oh, okay. But it's... Like calisthenics, at that time, calisthenics wasn't that popular, right? Like, did you know what to do? Do you have a coach or something like that? Absolutely not. No.
We had just our buddies who were more experienced, and that was basically it.
Okay. So you just like started out of randomness, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
but that's pretty interesting.
not out of randomness.
Yeah.
My cousin was basically the one who introduced me to it.
Oh.
Like he watched a bunch of those fitness videos on YouTube. Can't remember these YouTubers. Jeff Zaid, C's, this type of like these guys. And then they like transitioned into that Bar Brothers movement. And that's basically how it went for them. And then I was like got hooked on the Bar Brothers stuff as well. Because the Bar Brothers, they were fucking big back at that time.
That's true. So was also like Jeff said this also like aesthetic people, right? Did you also chase some aesthetic goals? Did you want to have calisthenics skills?
Yeah, initially it was more of that. I want that body that they had for the first 2 years, I think. But then it somehow transitioned into that. Oh shit, these skills are much more like fun to do.
That's true. Man, like, so what I also wanted to ask you is, in that whole calisthenics journey, did you have a dream goal, or did you already achieve your calisthenics goal skill, right? Many people have planche or front lever as a dream goal. Did you already achieve it, or did you also have one right now? If that sounds good.
I've never been the type of guy to like stick with one thing. In a sense, like my dream was the planche, let's say, but it was also the front lever, and it was also the muscle up, and it was also competing, and it was also winning some competitions, and it was also traveling, and it was also starting a YouTube channel, and it was also making money from a YouTube channel. So it's like a never-ending pursuit, man.
That's true. That's true.
But to answer the question more specifically, there is nothing that I haven't achieved, which I like wanted per se. Sure, I want some Hephaestos, I want some Maltesers, but I know if I put my mind and my fucking time into it, I can like get those.
Oh, okay, that's true.
So like nothing seems unachievable at this point.
And also speaking of YouTube, when did you start YouTube actually?
2023.
2023 with calisthenics content, or did you do like random content? Okay.
Initially, I was doing it like random.
Okay.
But I've had the dream of starting a calisthenics YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
Ever since 2016, and I have like private videos and vlogs as well. Yeah.
But like it's gotten up to a pretty good point. Not gonna lie, in 2 years, I think that's good progress, right?
It's decent, you know.
That's true.
It's amazing actually. Yeah. It's amazing. Like to see it actually like grow whilst you're putting in the work. And note, like I'm still working. I have a family to feed. Yeah. I need to train myself. All of this considered, like I'm still managing to do it, and I'm like steadily growing, which is like fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Like, and also, man, that's too funny. So, like, what I also wanted to ask you is, wait, just hold on a sec. Jungo. Yeah. Wait. So, like, it's a bit of a topic that we talked about earlier, but like, competition-wise, when was your first competition? Because I've heard, maybe that isn't true, but like the first ever calisthenics competition was in Latvia or like Estonia?
Yes, that is correct.
Latvia. The first ever calisthenics competition.
Yeah. I think it was 2011, if I'm not mistaken.
2011. Yeah. And at that time, you also went to like 2013. No, like, when was your first calisthenics competition again?
My first was, I can't remember either. It was 2015, I think, or 14. 15. 2015. So now 10 years ago.
Also, like, was the level like? Did the people do planches and stuff, or like?
Some guys did, but you know the classic.
Yeah.
Ghetto style planche. But the level was minuscule. But back at that time, that shit was wild. People throwing muscle ups and then clapping.
Yeah, okay, that's true. And also, like, I think like today we have static competition, we have also freestyle competition and stuff like that. And back then, only focused on freestyle, right? Competition wise, or like just
Yeah, everything was like like the more you could like perform and impress people in general, like the public or like the judges, then you would win. No, strength was put into consideration as well, but in general, the more of a hype you could build and the mass, then you would win.
Okay, that's true. So like, you also focused when you first started calisthenics. Did you only focus on pull-ups, push-ups, or did you straight went to skills like planche, front lever, and stuff like that?
I was one of those stupid kiddos who jumped straight into skills at one point.
Okay.
So for the first, I'd say 6 years, I was totally clueless on how I was training. I got experience. I was like competing even, but I didn't know how to train. Like no structure, absolutely no structure. So practically, I did some attempts of skills. I jumped myself into a semi-straddle planche somehow. The front lever I got later, and I was still doing like shitty muscle ups. But I knew one thing, like I needed to have a good level of like basics.
That's true.
But that was like the only philosophy I had. But you know, since it was hard to train it, then I would like just not do it because it was hard.
That's true. But like, yeah. 100%. To have a good baseline is super important, especially for calisthenics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like also freestyle wise, did freestyle straight away or only skills training?
Like dynamic moves I started doing later, 2016, 17, I think. I was fumbling around on some like 360s, but those were like those weren't the best. But I took like freestyle more seriously, like 2017 to 2020, I'd say.
2017, okay. That's true, but did you like because like now, if you look at where my city is, where I live, Berlin, we have like 20 calisthenics parks, maybe even more. Back then, did you also have like equipment to train, or did you just like?
No. We here in Tallinn, we used to have like one main park where we would all like meet up and train because that was the only park that could handle our freestyle and our like dynamics. Because every other park would break. But home wise, bro, everything I've done myself. The bar you see like right behind me, that was made handmade. No, now I like got money. Now I like buy shit. But yeah, even the weight vest, bro.
That's true.
Wait. I'm gonna show you this shit. Bro, the weight vest. The vest itself is like bought. But the weights are hand sculptured or like fucking melted iron, basically.
And you did that?
And it is full of these.
10 years ago, or did you just like?
This is like I think like 7 years old now.
7 years old, yeah.
Still holding up.
Oh, that looks funny, man.
Hella.
Super nice.
But yeah, you don't necessarily even need equipment that much. And if you need some equipment, if you have like the brains for it, you can just build it yourself.
Yeah, true.
And like I was privileged of like being a farm boy, so I know how to like find stuff and how to put them together.
Stuff,
so yeah, exactly.
Like I've also tried one time to build parallels. I mean, like it didn't work out too well, sadly, because I don't have like the building skills, right? But you can literally build everything.
Yeah, straight up.
That's true.
No, but nowadays it's like everything's so cheap and it's like convenient to just buy for 20 euros or for $20. Like you don't need to fucking waste your time in that sense. But back at that time, I think we didn't even have those like parallels when I was starting.
Really?
We had, yeah, they were like too niche, you know. So like I needed to build my own basically.
Really? Own parallels? That is crazy. Yep. But like you had the skills too, right? You did know what to do, right?
Yeah, in that sense.
And also
I was privileged.
What I also wanted to ask you is, in your whole calisthenics journey, did you like had an inspirational guy, or like did you have an idol that you looked up to in calisthenics world, Desensitization, Chris Area, or something like that? Did you have somebody? Or even now, maybe?
Chris Area necessarily I didn't look up to because he wasn't that strong. Daniel's license for sure, he was like my main fucking main thing, no? Yeah. The guy basically like took me from the Bar Brothers movement and stole me into the like street workout movement, which was like the best thing that could have happened to me. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. Dana's license, but like he's a big inspiration, and he also lives in Latal. Yeah. And I also saw from an Instagram post you trained where he also trained, like in this boulder gym, right? So.
You mean the red one?
Like where you shooted the video there, like it was leg day, or you trained legs there, right?
Oh yes, yeah. So like I've met him like a couple of times.
Really?
Like 3 or 4. Yeah. Like I'm good friends with Pauls, and Pauls is good friends with Daniels.
Yeah.
So in that sense, like we're acquainted, but necessarily we aren't like buddies.
Yeah, okay. But you've met him.
Yeah.
That is super nice. And now, do you now still have some idols, or are you maybe your idol?
Bro, honestly, no at this point. Because like I've been trying to like build the social presence for so long now that I'm like into that niche more than the calisthenics niche.
Yeah, okay.
Like personally.
Yeah, good point.
So like I enjoy, like my idols are more like those creators in general, not like necessarily the calisthenics guys. Because if I would only look up to the calisthenics guys, I would always be broke. I would have not started a channel like most of the fucking guys are fucking doing. And that's basically it.
Yeah, but like.
So I need to like get the inspiration from somewhere else, like people who are actually like further.
But you've built a good social like profile, right? TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, like.
Well, in a sense, yeah. I'm going extremely hard on YouTube, so.
But you're still working today, right? You still have a job, or?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
They're paying me too well. I can't leave, man.
Nice, bro. Also, you have like so many tats on your arm. Are they like also calisthenics related, or just like random?
No, not a single one random. These I did myself.
Yourself?
Yes,
Yourself?
I used to do some tattoos.
Really?
This like all the hand and everything. This is like not the neck one, of course, and the chest one, but like
okay.
This is mostly done by me.
This is mostly done by you. And also like to look at your whole calisthenics transformation. You've built a good body, I would say, right? A static one, definitely. Is your goal now? Like, is your goal now to get stronger in calisthenics, or like to build an aesthetic body? If you like compare these two, right? Because I know so many dudes, calisthenics athletes, that like only focus on like body aesthetic stuff, right? And also so many only focus on skills, progressing in that.
Bro, I'm actually staying afloat.
So like
in that sense, I'm like trying to. I'm trying to maintain what I have now. That is the like top priority, because I sadly don't have the time to like train like an athlete should. So in that sense, I'm like, but if I would choose, I know that the skills would be much more beneficial in the long run, because my whole niche is skills and calisthenics. But at the same time, looking more jacked, meh. You know, most of the guys who are like, I want to be jacked and bigger. I was at that stage early on. But like, you're gonna grow out of it. Because like, if this all stems from insecurity, you know. But if you're like secure on yourself and who you are, then you're not gonna be insecure on your body. So it's just like fucking, what the fuck are we doing even? Like and you know, the expectations are getting so out of hand as well. Like, people, when I started having the body that I have, used to be like fucking, ooh, that guy is shredded. But now, I literally, people tell me this, that I like, do you even train? What? No, I don't. To a degree, that is correct. But still, you know, the expectations are getting like so out of hand. So it's like, you just need to follow your own fucking gut and know how much do you need and do you want. Because it's all insecurities, man. The skills as well.
That's true, man.
No, but yeah, I've done a lot of thinking like in the past years about all of this. Like, why are you even doing the skills? Like, has anyone ever asked themselves that? Like, where does the pursuit come from? Only a fucking sick maniac would literally train on years and years and years for one thing.
Yeah.
To hold like a skill for 3 seconds. You know, even like a bunch of like memes are done about that.
Really?
I'm not saying that it's like wrong, but it's just like, where does it stem from actually?
That's true. Definitely. But like, also speaking of training, do you have a split right now, or do you just like, don't you have...
Trying to stay afloat.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally like as often as I can, or that's basically it.
But like, you don't have...
When I have the time, when I have the energy, then I'm going to train.
Okay, yeah. But like, do you still train freestyle, or like, do you just like...
Skills and basics mostly now.
Skills and basic.
Yeah. But this isn't like training. Don't get it twisted. This is more like, fuck, I'm losing everything, but I need to like constantly like push it up, you know.
That's true. Yeah,
so it's more like that at the time.
But that's true. And also, skills wise, I've seen you doing like front lever, planche and stuff. Are you like chasing more advanced skills like touch front lever or like Maltese? Who knows? Or do you just
not at the moment?
Okay, not at the moment.
Not at the moment. If I could like transition time wise, let's say if I could do this full time, then would be the time where I would like start actually training normally again. Normally, I'm fucking maniac. But you know what I mean, like yeah.
But like planche and front lever, so many people train planche and front lever, right? Or like, yeah.
The standards are so high now. Like, we have been all so desensitized from social media that it's actually so fucked up. I just went to watch the last like Estonian, one of the biggest held competitions here in Estonia, like Kevad Battles. A bunch of like strong athletes from all around the world came in. They were doing like Malteses, planche presses, planche push-ups, 720s, everything. And I just stood there like this.
That's true.
Like, oh, cool. Yeah. Like, we are so desensitized from the fucking social media aspect.
Yeah.
Like, a 3-second hold of a full planche would literally be like years ago, but now it's like...
Now it's basic, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
No, that is wrong. It's not basic. We are just so desensitized.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That is the thing. That is the thing.
100%.
It's so fucked. like, I literally stood there thinking, like, why am I not hyped up?
Okay.
Where does this not being hyped stem from? And this literally stems from like fucking Like I still remember the first time I like saw an actual full planche. It was by an Estonian guy. It was in 2014, 15 maybe at that time. And I literally couldn't sleep for the next 5 days.
Really? You just...
It was like I saw an alien or a UFO like floating. It's but now it's like
Yeah, okay. Like you even do plans, right?
yeah. It's like, and even like the way I view myself, I've always like had this mindset of like I'm always shit. So anyone who knows who I'm like training with, I am never giving any like compliments. Rarely.
Really?
I'm always like, bro, but that's shit. That's still shit. If some of my friends like actually do a PR, then it's like good work, man. But in general, like I love to hold to my closest friends the same standards that I hold myself. And back when I was training, even when I was like competing at the heavy stage, I literally felt like an imposter.
Really?
Because yeah, like this has been my whole life shtick, basically. But it's a mental thing. That's just how I fucking like roll, basically.
Yeah, okay.
But it is disturbing to say the least. Like I even joke around like I still can't do any skills, but I definitely can, you know.
You
but
can.
like no, but I can't because like if I can hold a full for like 4 to 5 or 6 seconds, and right after holding it I can't hold it again, then I'm like it's not holding. So my standards are completely like
That's true.
like a loony person, basically.
That's true. And you also trained like one-arm skills, right? One-arm flag, one-arm handstand flag, one-arm
One-arm
handstand.
flag, one-arm handstands.
Was it in-
Yeah, legs closed and a normal straddle one. Yeah.
That was like, is it also a favorite skill of yours, or is it like a skill that took too long that you hate, or like?
This actually came like quite quick.
Really?
This was this in a sense of when I mean quick, I mean typically like I already had the right amount of strength in general to be able to do it and the mobility to do it from doing like a bunch of handstands and planches. And then it was like it took me a half a year or a year to like get it to the level that like could like hold it at any time. But once you have it, it's like so easy. The one-arm handstand especially. I think a lot of people might relate because this is not like, you know, I could be totally out of shape, but I could maybe theoretically, I feel like as if I could pump out still a one-arm handstand for 3 seconds. That's like more motor control type shit. That's not necessarily like strength.
And also in your whole calisthenics journey, did you constantly train calisthenics, or did you have some time where you like injured yourself maybe, or took a break for
I
1
haven't
year?
had any not any big injuries.
any
But
big-
breaks, yeah.
Breaks, yeah. So like 1 year.
Hella breaks.
Okay.
Half a year, then 3 months of doing something, then a 4-month break. But this was early on.
Early, okay.
Early on, yeah. But the funniest thing is, you know, I get a lot of these comments like, you're so average, but you have trained for 10 years. That is true. But you need to also take into the consideration that practically I started actually training with the right knowledge and the right steps at like 2019. Because up to that point, I was just fucking freeballing. But this is like, you know, good marketing.
Okay, that's true, yeah. But like 10 years experience.
Like, in general, I have actually been in the space for 10 plus years. But for the first 6 or 7, I had no fucking clue what I needed to do.
Yeah, I mean, like back then, calisthenics wasn't that popular, right? Like there was even
Yeah.
there was no way to really have the tutorials like you have right now, right? There are 200,000 front lever tutorials, 200k planche tutorials and stuff, so very much knowledge. And also,
Knowledge!
but you also have a lot of calisthenics knowledge, right?
No, to a degree, yeah.
That's true, that's true. And what I also wanted to ask you is, speaking of training, because let's take, for example, Jan Barsigel or, yeah, him, like he also trains legs. Did you also, or do you also currently train legs? No legs? Never in your
I'm making a
calisthenics
video.
journey?
No, I've done some like basic squats, but
Okay.
this was purely for the. When I like right before transitioning into the full planche,
Into the
I
full,
had
yeah.
this idea. I got it from somewhere that you should like get some strength in the legs as well.
Okay, yeah.
You know, just like not to squat 100 or anything, just like body weight as well. So at that time, I think for the like half a year, maybe I did like body weight, like squats, body weight.
Squats, body weight.
Yeah, brain fart. Yeah.
And also speaking
That is
of,
how I
yeah.
basically did it.
Okay, but that's pretty interesting. Like, did it help to train legs for
Yeah.
planche? Really?
Yes, actually.
Okay, that is
Actually,
interesting.
no, you know, but this is anecdotal, and this is like this might not work for someone
Okay.
else.
Yeah. True.
So you have to keep that in mind, you know.
That's true.
All bodies are different.
All bodies, yeah, 100%. And also speaking of like skills like handstand, because I've heard so many times you need to have good mobility to like do skills like that. Did you also stretch consistently? Never?
Never.
Really? Still now? If you never done stretching, okay, yeah.
I've done stretching. You know those like dynamic stretches. I would do that as a warm up.
As a warm up, yeah.
But that's like a different thing. But like post workout stretching, I'm not that guy, pal.
Not that guy, okay.
I've done, you know, some like when I've worked on like the shoulders, then I've done like these rotations and shit. But like necessarily no, I don't have like a structured stretching routine after every single workout.
That's true. So like skills like the full splits, or like there are so many weird stretching poses also, right? Like they
Hella.
you're not interested in them, right? Okay,
No,
Okay.
only when things get stiff.
Yeah, okay.
But that is like that all stems from like intuition, you know. With the front shoulder is like too tense or something, then for sure I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, okay. 100%. And also warm up definitely prevents injury, right? So like
Yeah. Hella.
did you take warm up very seriously in your whole calisthenics journey, or like do you have a structured plan? Evenly?
Initially, no, but once I started competing, then yeah.
Okay, yeah.
A bunch of like other pro athletes like started like yapping like, you need to do it.
Warming up, yeah. So that's really interesting. And also, or like when I'm training handstand or front lever stuff like that, I'm always having like wristbands, right? Do you also have equipment that you also?
Yes. I can't do planches without the wrist straps.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The wrist straps, bro.
Yeah.
I tightened them even. I think it's visible. No, it's not. Like I tightened them so much that it like leaves marks here.
Really?
Yes, I like it tight.
Yeah, that's true. So like, I always love having wrist straps on, right? I mean, like, I don't really know if they work or if they like prevent so many injuries, right? But I like having them on, right? And also just like makes me feel safer, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. That is the whole point. Like, especially when I was like doing those wider planches and going into the Maltese stuff, then I wouldn't train if I like left them home.
Oh,
So those are like important if you're doing some heavy stuff, and especially like heavy stuff compared to your body, you know.
Definitely, definitely. And also, speaking of heavy weighted calisthenics, you also had some time where you did it, right? So like weighted dips, weighted pull-ups.
Not to the degree of calling myself a weightlifting guy.
Oh, so
I've always preferred like high rep calisthenics
high rep calisthenics, okay.
rather than weights.
So just like spam.
Yeah, I occasionally like use weights. I cycle with them, but like that ain't my thing. But I'm still like able to do quite a decent amount of those like reps.
Yeah, okay.
Like the Ian's requirement that I did, I don't remember. I think it was like 40 kilograms of dips, 10 reps, and 20 or 30 kilograms weighted pull-ups for 10 reps. That I did easily without doing any weighted work necessarily. Which is actually, I would love to see someone talk about this topic. How high rep calisthenics transitions into weights. Because my weighted maxes are 65 kilograms for a pull-up, 1 rep. And for the dips, it's 75. Which is like fucking decent if you consider the fact that like I rarely touch weights.
But like pull-ups wise, that is super strong, right? Isn't world record pull-up about 90 kg or so?
I think it's over 100 now.
Oh, really? Over 100?
Shout out to Philip! Fucking, you know Philip, eh?
Philip?
The muscle up, yeah, the muscle up guy who does muscle ups with 50 kilograms.
Maybe, I think I would recognize his face, yeah.
Bro, that guy is fucking goated.
Really?
Like straight up, bro, I'm a huge fan.
Like
the moment I have more time, I have like more time to...
Like with black hair, right? Like brown or black hair, no glasses, yeah. Wait, I know him, yeah. Philip Zardi, that's true.
Yep. The moment I have like more time to train, I think I'm gonna like follow his thing. Because I'm really interested in that. Like I don't care about the weights, but how he's moving his body is fucking insane.
Like these muscle ups are really
That
crazy.
Is like inspirational.
Definitely, 100%.
Bro, don't get me started.
But like he also pretty much focuses on weighted calisthenics, right? Have you ever seen him doing like skill training?
He's a pull-up maniac. He only does pull-ups.
Oh really?
To my understanding.
Dips?
Yeah.
Okay,
no dips necessarily. But I might be lying, but that's what I like. I know.
That's true. And also I've heard that you know Andrea La Rosa, right? Italian calisthenics athlete. Like I think he said in an interview that he like did bicep curls in order like to progress in plantar stuff like that. Do you also think that weights, bicep curls, or stuff like that transfers to calisthenics skills?
No, man. that's fucking bullshit.
So like bicep curls would only progress.
No,
right?
They would necessarily help if you do it like structured, let's say. But think about it. When is actually the bicep the main culprit when it comes to training the planche?
Okay.
Like the planche is the delts, it's the scapula, it's the fucking correct engagement here.
Yeah, that's true.
For sure, the biceps is still working, but like you need to have the whole upper body in check. So like if you're doing some like this shit, I understand if you would do these Zanetti raises, but this shit
won't help you, right? That's true.
I can't say that because for some guys it might help, you know.
Yeah, okay. Also true.
But if you want to be controversial, you're a fucking idiot if you do that.
That's true. Perfect.
But yeah, it all depends.
And you're also a pretty tall athlete, right? I think you're
Yes.
about
As tall as Zdenek, almost. 185.
185. Like for a
Tall
calisthenics
motherfucker.
athlete, that's pretty.
That's,
pretty
yeah, but I
tall.
have the advantage of like weighing less.
Yeah, okay.
Because like most of the bodies who I have here, they are like 80 something plus kilos. We're the same height, but I weigh like 10 kilograms less. So I got that fucking small build.
I think like I might even weigh more than you.
Man, that's the thing. The bodies come in so different sizes, you know. That is like, take that into consideration when you're thinking about how fast someone learns something as well.
Yeah, definitely.
That is an important thing also. Like the friends who I'm training with, they might be struggling with planks who are the same height, but they weigh 10 kilograms lighter. Of course, I'm gonna be like excelling more in them if I'm not fucking slacking.
That's true. That's true.
But you know, one funny thing as well. Most of the Estonian guys, there aren't a lot of these calisthenics guys here, but they're typically heavier,
Really?
and a lot of them can planche, like a proper full planche. Yes,
Full planche with good form, right?
yes. And the fucking fact that on social media, you know, you don't see these guys, and then this fucking insane message gets spread that is impossible.
That is also true.
That is impossible. But bro, in every fucking country, there are some, even at my local gym where I train, there are no like calisthenics guys there. But there was a fucking gym guy who just went out for a mission to learn the full planche because I saw it on Facebook Reels.
Yeah.
Was I lagging?
Yeah, but
all good
everything's
now.
fine now. Everything's fine now.
And the guy was literally holding a planche for like 5 seconds.
Really?
Not with the right protraction, but still, just a random guy. 85 kilograms.
But like, did he had gym experience or did he just start from like zero?
No clue on that.
Okay.
He just seemed like a buff, not like a buff, like a decent built guy.
Decent.
And he was like, oh, I want to learn the full planche. So I started training it. I watched some tutorials and that's it.
Did you also notice?
And there are a lot of these like, sorry, but there are a lot of these like guys.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot.
Like, did you also notice Larry Wheels starting calisthenics?
No, yeah. The fucking giant.
Yeah, like Larry Wheels is pretty good giant, yeah. Would you say his planche form
Hella.
seems good form or?
Consider the weight and then it's good.
Yeah, okay. That's true.
The guy weighs like, how much he weighs? Like 100 kilos?
Probably more, yeah. Something like that. Around
Yeah.
100, 110 or so. That's true,
I
that's
don't
true.
actually like to diss people on the forums if they have some like disadvantages.
Yeah.
But I do it for the fucking clout. Same with Ian actually.
Yeah, like he's also starting planche or so. Maybe
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's starting it and postponing it every 4 months.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, but that's another topic.
That's another topic, yeah. But also many people talk about Ian, right?
Yeah, hella. No, he's the most famous guy in calisthenics.
Probably, yeah. That's
Fair to
that's
say,
true.
yeah.
But like he trains legs, right?
No, he trains. He's well built.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotta
100%.
give like credit. He's like hella built.
He's really good.
But now,
He built some fat, right? Or am I wrong? Or like he got bulkier.
he seems chubbier. But he's lost his like strength as well. And he only shows his old ass videos.
Yeah, that's what I also noticed.
So, nah, fucking everyone fucking noticed that.
That's true. So like, did you also notice, I think it's a pretty, maybe in Germany topic, or like muscle up inflation. Have you heard of that? So like, that everyone can do muscle up right now. Especially on TikTok, if you like see German TikToks.
Yeah.
Everyone
Not
does muscle up.
necessarily, but I think it's the same in Estonia. A bunch of like fucking school kids and university boys are fucking doing those now.
Yeah, that's true. Like muscle up.
But that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. That is like society in general, I think, will move towards that direction. Especially if you put in the fact that we have
That's true. Like, but you also do TikTok, right? From time to time.
Nah. I usually... My TikTok is more for the Estonian audience.
Oh.
And I got banned on TikTok, actually.
Really?
Yes, I used to have like 30k followers there. But this was like 5 years ago. And I got banned because I showed... I'm not gonna fucking mention it.
Dangerous skills or...
No.
Oh.
Do you know Sven?
What?
Do you know the picture of the black guy Sven?
Sven.
Sven.
Maybe I've seen him, but like...
It's like a black dude shooting...
Okay.
And he's like sitting on the bed with his legs across like this.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
And
then I did like a stupid Yeah. No, makes sense.
Yeah.
I basically like...
Okay.
I used the filter where I was like green screened. My background was like screened, and then the Sven was in the back, you know.
Yeah, okay.
And then I like peeked the guy's face, and then I wrote some fucking Estonian meme there. I can't remember. And then I got banned because the picture was flagged, I guess.
Yeah, okay. That's true. But like...
I'm a humorous guy. I like dark humor.
Only like... But like, do you still want to do TikTok, or are you only focusing right now on YouTube, or like...
Only focusing on YouTube. If you spread out, you're gonna go thin.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
It is like pointless. Why be a fucking charlatan in 3 different apps where you can be a big ass charlatan in one?
That's also
like
true, right?
If you have a marketing team besides you, like some guys do, then do it. But if you're alone, then just stick to one thing. You will like work it better. Right now, I'm at the stage of where I'm like starting to incorporate more of my Instagram.
Oh yeah.
But that took me like 20,000 subscribers before I like did that.
That's true.
But still, heavy priority on YouTube.
Heavy priority on YouTube, yeah. And like what I also noticed, or like your topics on YouTube are also like you did a video back then, how many people can planche. I've actually, not gonna lie, this topic was super interesting, and I'm not joking. Do you plan your videos, or like do you just like come up with it randomly?
Hella process.
Really?
Hella process.
So like it's not random, right? You have a...
No. I like script, I structure, I do my research, I do the fucking topic research, which is the most important thing. Everything is like structured and built out before.
But like also many calisthenics athletes on YouTube nowadays do calisthenics sessions, film their training.
Yeah.
Do you also want to film your training from time to time?
Maybe later, but my whole approach in growing a YouTube was basically like to grow in the niche without being a part of the niche per se. You know what I mean? Not to be the, you know, if you're going to be the same as everyone else, you're never going to blow up.
Yeah.
And if everyone is now doing the fucking Tesh vlogs, what the fuck? What's the fucking point in that?
True. Yeah. True.
Now everyone like knows me for being the yapper in front of the camera and like spitting some shit. And that is exactly what was like intended in the whole like process. Yeah, because so many people are like copying other people. The best advice actually I could give to you as well. Sorry.
No problem. Of course.
Take inspiration from other niches.
All good?
Yeah. Take inspiration from other niches. And it's a motherfuck me.
But like, that's also a good point, right? Like, if you only do videos that other people's in calisthenics niche also do, then to blow up is difficult, right? You need to
Practically impossible.
yeah. You need to like what is it called in English? Separate yourself, or you need to be different.
Yes, exactly. You need to differentiate yourself.
That's true. And also with you said you train in your local gym. Do you also still train home, or do you train at calisthenics park? Because what I've noticed is I actually only bought this static bar right here to train in my room in winter, because like I cannot train at calisthenics park outside. But like in summer, I definitely want to get back into training calisthenics park or so. Do you prefer training more inside or outside at calisthenics parks? Or
in general outside, but the weather is so fucking shit. Shout out to Greta Thunberg. But the weather is so fucking shit now. So it's practically like... Yeah. But I used to do it as well. Same thing. Like I would have the equipment for winter times, and then when summer came around, then I would go out.
I think also Estonia...
What was that beep?
Oh.
There was...
But I think like Estonia is also a bit colder than Germany, right? Yeah. Okay, because like...
I think it's quite the same.
Oh yeah? Could also be, yeah.
I think our temperatures like range from -20 to +20.
That is -20 degrees, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I've grown up with the fucking stories of when I was in school, I had this much snow and the fucking weather was -25 and I had to fucking walk 40 kilometers to school.
Really?
The classic.
The classic, yeah, definitely. Because like, I think like training outside is definitely, in my opinion, when you do like, in comparison, handstands or skills, I think it's a bit harder, more difficult to train outside, right? Because like, if you train right here, my handstand would be in my room better than outside, in my opinion, right? Or
I have a theory. This actually boils down to your own like fucking nervous system and your own brain. Because the problem is you're just so used to training at home.
Yeah.
You know? Because I would get the same sensation a while back, I remember. Like at home I would perform amazing. I would go to the gym, I would suck. I would go outside, I would suck.
Yeah.
But once I started adding like variety into it, then it would like feel much better in general.
And also like competition wise, that you were like, even now, when you do competition, are you like very nervous, or are you like focused in, right?
I haven't competed in 2 years, so no fucking clue.
Okay. But did you prep for competition, or did you just
like... hella.
Really?
Half a year. Yeah, half a year or a year, basically.
For every
it would... later, yeah. Later. The initial ones, it was like... But later, yeah. But it would always be like, you know, okay, I'm gonna prep for 6 months, and then when the competition time was, I was like, fuck, I should have prepped for 8 months. The usual. But, you know, yeah. A lot of stress, a lot of fucking, like, self-doubt, everything, you know, the whole thing.
True. But, like, competition... I've never been to a competition. Maybe, like, I definitely need to...
Have you visited one?
Yeah, like, it was a calisthenics meetup. There were just, like, many calisthenics athletes, right? And we just, like, trained together also with some crazy athletes. But also, speaking of... It was from Gonation, organized by Gonation. Also, speaking of Gonation, I think it was in your video, that, like, Gonation...
Yes, I am a hater.
Gonation buys from...
I only fuck with this brands. I only fuck with this brands.
But I've also heard Calisthenics Pro.
First time?
No. I've heard it before, but I'm not really quite sure, like, not really.
Yeah, the thing is the coordination. I think their biggest market is in Europe. That is the reason.
Yeah, okay.
Because like Calisthenics Pro is more in the States. It's more like downstairs of Europe. It's more upstairs. More east side of Europe.
Yeah. True. And like, maybe I don't know. You had a cap or like, right?
Yes.
Cap. Was it your own merch?
Make calisthenics great again. Yes.
Your own merch.
Nice.
Ooh, you still sell it or?
I think I put it down for the time being because I'm planning something different.
Okay. That was a cool
But in
cap.
general, yeah, it was like a limited time buy.
Are you still planning on doing merch or something like that?
Down the line, yes.
Because like Dynasty Legends also has merch, right? God mode. Is that true?
No, it's actually Paul's. His friends.
Oh. But he wears it. Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Racing Heart Steady Mind is the brand. I fuck with them too, just so you know.
That's true. But like besides calisthenics nowadays, do you also do other sports? Maybe for a hobby? Do you like swim once in a while? Do like nothing? Only calisthenics or like jogging?
Now, no.
But like back then, right?
Bodybuilding.
Really?
I can't call it like bodybuilding or weightlifting because I would be much bigger.
That's true. So like no other sports now, right? Only calisthenics focused?
Most, yeah.
True. Okay, pretty interesting. Bodybuilding. Do you like watching bodybuilding nowadays or?
Actually, yeah.
Really?
Toji, I love enjoying watching. Not
Toji,
that kind.
Yeah, okay,
Toji, Alex Eubanks, like these guys, the younger guys.
Aesthetic guys.
Trent Twins. Yeah, the fucking loony guys.
That's true, yeah.
Because they're entertaining, you know. That's the whole thing.
And calisthenics athletes wise, do you watch calisthenics content or do you just?
I used to watch a lot. But I do better videos if I don't watch it. But if some friends like or like acquaintances who I fuck with a lot post some videos, then I watch them.
Definitely, yeah.
But in general, like I try to stick to my own vision as much as possible. Because otherwise, I used to have this problem initially. I think like Simon from Sweden.
Simon Emos, yeah.
Yeah, he has done those vlogs for a longest time. And I was like watching those. And then it hit me. I need to do vlogs as well.
Yeah, okay. But it didn't work out, right? Or like...
No. No. It's just like too much of the wrong vision for me, you know?
You want to be in your own like focus, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
I would get like too much concentrated thoughts from other people and their like ways of training, and then I would like just mute everything that I have here in me heart. That is the issue.
But that's true.
And this is a big problem actually. You know, you see those like newer guys making like calisthenics channels. You can tell that they don't speak from their own experience. It is like people like me can see that. But you know, other people watching who don't have the experience might not see that. But it's still like, it doesn't hook as well. Because it's not authentic. And the more authentic you are, the better like results you will get, basically.
Definitely 100%. Like most people, you also did a video about it, right? About coaching or having workout schedules. I think it's your most famous right now.
I think Oh no, it was about the programs.
Programs.
I was shitting on the programs. Yeah. No, my whole niche is basically like intuitive training. Which is like, like, bro, I have never followed anything like written down. Like, I need to do this and I need to do that. It's all like fucking internal, basically.
Same as me.
But it goes, but it goes hand in hand with structure, you know. But that I didn't mention in the video because I'm a fucking genius.
That's true.
But it's like, you need structure plus intuition. You need to know what you need, what works for you, and what is needed in general, basically. That is the whole fucking shtick. And most of the guys, like, who I've seen train, they train it like that. And that is a big issue in my fucking worldview. Because we have so many elite athletes who are preaching some fucking shit to sell you shit instead of not like actually talking about the things which matter. But you know, I've come to like terms with that because it's like business. Yeah. In that sense, because there is a market for that, then that's needed. So fuck those guys. They can like sell their fucking shitty ass products.
That's true, yeah.
Because like
programs,
I bought one Viktor Kamenov's Blanche ebook.
Viktor Kamenov, really?
Yeah, but this was like ages ago. What did I learn? Nothing that I didn't know.
True.
Like straight up.
True.
This is just like...
But that's true, definitely. In my opinion, when I also first started calisthenics, I was just like getting to know my body, right? And I didn't also follow any programs or stuff like that. I really wanted to see how my body reacts for certain things. I also wanted to get to know my body better and just instead of just following a workout program. That was very important for me. But that's
there is a time and place for like those programs. But if you already like know your body, you know what you're capable of, then why do you need like some fucking written schedule? When to fucking eat, when to shit, when to piss, when to fucking hold for a tuck plants for 4.5 seconds and never deviate them. Like,
True.
But I love your approach.
Thanks.
Yeah. Because like, but there is a one trap which you can fall into with that. You can start bullshitting yourself. But like, you know, in social media in general, people watch you who are like similar minded. And that is why I went so heavy on the topic of like intuition.
Yeah.
Because you're exactly the type of guy who like understands it. But if there is a guy who fucking like, I have only done 5 pull-ups in my entire life and I frankly am an idiot. I don't know anything on how to do. I don't know how the body works. Then those people can watch Ristov all day. But I want like actual human beings who are in touch with themselves and their like intuition, basically.
100%.
And that is completely okay, you know.
100%. And also speaking of you right now, right? It's also a different topic, but competition-wise, because like, have you also noticed Swoop 7? I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I just watched the video.
Oh, really? From
Andrew Hogg made a beast video. Yeah.
Andrew Hogg, yeah, I also saw that, yeah. Like,
I just watched it before.
He makes cinematic calisthenics videos. That is also very...
Yeah, bro, I'm fucking pissed at the sport in general. Like, we have so much fucking talent. The guy can literally go to Hollywood and fucking... under 2,000 views. Fuck me, bro.
That is true.
That guy is so fucking talented.
Yeah, 100%. But like, do you also intend to compete again, or are you going to stop?
I think no. I think no.
Yeah.
I've got my titles, I've got my experience now. Like, my whole niche is to fucking climb the YouTube ladder.
Good
for the next 10 years. Because like, that is another topic in and of itself. we have athletes competing for the titles for fucking years. And either they're gonna get scammed by the organizer, placement-wise, like happened in the World Championship this year, or they ain't gonna get shit in return. They're gonna get a big-ass trophy, and that's fucking it. Oh, I'm a world champion. You're broke! You're broke!
That's,
like,
sadly, yeah.
I literally know national champions, world champions who struggle making a living.
Really?
This sport is not intended to fucking win competitions. This sport is all about spreading the information on how to become a beast, or in general, you know, like the how-to. The how-to sells, not the fucking like, I got 79 trophies and I was a world champion for consecutively 8.5 years. That is like the least, bro. I can rant so much about the topic. The biggest thing holding me back on my like YouTube channel was like my strength level. My whole thing was, how can I film myself if I don't have a planche?
Okay.
Or how can I film how can I like give my own advice if I don't have X or that or this or that? But this is so fucking wrong.
Definitely. 100%.
We literally need to make an army of like calisthenics guys who talk about their own like experience.
100%. 100%.
Because that is the shit that will make calisthenics go mainstream. I honestly believe that.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely. Like many people.
Because those fucking they basically like not to say that competing is a time waste, but to a degree in this sport it is. Because like if you compare any other sport, there are a lot of sports similar to calisthenics or like street workout which don't pay. But like in other sports, take MMA, take boxing, whatever. Even in the like mid-tier competitions, you get fucking money.
Yeah.
Here you get fucking congratulations! You're a fucking retard! Thank you for coming into my organized competition, giving us publicity and name, okay? And then giving us money as well. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The athletes are fucking... They're being robbed. They're being fucking robbed.
Definitely.
And I have seen the fucking competitions evolving since practically day one. And a lot of older guys who are in the scenes like a long ass time are like having the same thoughts. It's all fucking bullshit.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you don't get enough in order, like, what I've also heard, for like Swoop, the athletes have to pay their flight, have to pay everything, right? And like...
This is in every competition, basically.
Yeah.
But Swoop-wise, I love Swoop, because Swoop is like where the whole community actually gets together.
Yeah.
So Swoop, in that sense, is the dopest event of the year.
Definitely, 100%.
But like WSWCF wise and every other fucking competition there is, those are all fucking, in my opinion, allegedly money laundering fucking schemes.
But
I'm gonna be making a video on this topic.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do when the drama was this year's World Championship. There was a big ass drama there. I was supposed to do a video on. Yes. I was supposed to make a video on that, but bro, I got so many fucking complaints that it was impossible to write anything down.
Really?
The list was this big of complaints.
Really?
Just for an example, I think this got now settled down. The competition organizer held the footage of the athletes, saying that it's their property.
Really?
They didn't send the videos. They were not allowed. The videographers were not allowed to send the videos. But they said like, oh, we're gonna send them fucking months later, I think. This is just an example. This is alleged. This is something I heard, but like, this is much bigger. Plus as well, the weightlifting category where fucking people got placed first, and then, oh, sorry, the judging was fucked. You call yourself a world-class organization and you fuck up the judging. What? I don't even blame the judges. It's just like the lack of fucking real work that needs to be put in is fucking...
Not true. Like, I don't know if it is also connecting to what you said, but I've also noticed when the world champion happened, right? The next week or so, nothing was uploaded on YouTube. Like, I was like typing in on YouTube World Championship or stuff. Nothing. You couldn't watch any videos about World Championship. It was like then later, after Simon or like Christoph uploaded their videos, then I could really see this was.
But they held a live stream.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was in the live section then.
Yeah, okay.
I remember watching it.
Could also be true.
Maybe.
Swoop
But the
also did
scammers either way. Allegedly.
That's true.
Yeah. I didn't watch it, sadly. I waited for the Andrews video.
I like watched 2 minutes of the live stream, but because like it was also, I think it was a bit late. Swoop is also the whole day, right? It also takes like 3 days.
I think it's multiple days, no? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think. I'm not sure.
Because like most
But
competitions,
definitely, it's a big event.
yeah, 100%. Like most competitions are just like 1 day, right? Or like not like
1 or 2 at
one
max.
or two, yeah, definitely. But like, also when you competed, because like to compete in Swoop you need to qualify first, right? Is that true?
Yeah, in Swoop they have like, I think even invitation based.
A real invitation based.
I might be fucking making this up.
Yeah, okay.
Or they have a qualification, but in a sense, like the qualification as well is like fucked. To be able to compete there is fucked.
100%, definitely. Like competition wise, it definitely gotten up to a point where it's questionable, right? If everything goes correctly. But I definitely want to compete once. Just maybe once, at least.
Yeah.
That would
How
be
old
awesome.
are you?
16 right now.
Ah, you got hella time then.
Thanks.
You got hella time.
But
Basically, yeah.
So like it would definitely be a great experience just to compete, right? At least once. Really just to get the feeling. But are there a lot of competitions also right now in Estonia, or once in a year? Nothing.
No, there are. But they're shit.
That shit, yeah, okay.
Again, come pay me to compete. You get a title that's fucking worthless.
Yeah.
What? You know, I think, okay, I'm not gonna name names,
Okay.
but a big guy I know promotes this shit a lot. That the fucking guys who have a social presence, these fuckers should ask money from the organizers if they want to compete.
Yeah.
That's how it should go.
That's how it
not the
should go.
fucking other way around. Because the athletes are the ones who make the competition, not the fucking organizer.
Yeah.
Pui!
100%, definitely. Definitely.
Fuck, I forgot I wanted to say something about the competitions as well. I forgot it.
Maybe locations, athletes, organizers. Because like
Oh yeah, the history of competitions.
Yeah, true.
The first competition was held in Latvia.
In Latvia, yeah.
And then it spread out into the Baltics, Lithuania, Estonia. In Estonia, I think we had the first competition in 2012. So these were the one of the first competitions ever of freestyle calisthenics in the Baltics early on. And the whole shtick of those competitions was to show off and perform. People necessarily weren't out competing. They were just like, there is a people are gonna gather. Let's show the public what we can do. Someone gets a trophy. Who gets the most fucking applause? And this shit turned into something that's so money driven now, organizer wise, you know. No, let's scratch that. The competitions were purely done for a performance sake. But now they're done for a competitive sake plus a money laundering stake.
Yeah.
This nowadays, it's who is the strongest, not who is the most performing.
Yeah.
The judging system nowadays is also fucked because you can get winning athletes, if they stick to the rules.
Yeah.
But in some competitions, the rule system is literally how much can you just stack skills? How much can you stack easier variations? You don't even have that. The freestyle aspect is slowly dying out, in a sense. It's still done in Swoop and everywhere else. But this is where the money laundering fucks are going to take it, basically. Yeah. The fucking same fucks who promote, we're going to get into the Olympics. What? If we're going into the Olympics with that fucking... What is the word?
System?
Judging system. Then we're doing gymnastics. And that's fucking shit.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Definitely. That's what I think. Because the whole point was like performance-wise, you know?
Performance-wise, yeah. Like to make the crowd go crazy, right? To make them hyped, right?
Exactly.
Definitely.
But nowadays it's just like, how many points can I score? But I can't necessarily put the blame on for like anyone for this problem, because this is just how like it went for time.
Yeah.
Because it would be a shitty way as well if we would have like clowns running around on competitions and doing some fucking circus stuff. So that would be bad as well. But like, I see no good option. I'm being honest. Just from a guy who's had 10 years of experience in the street workout space, I honestly don't believe it will like have a good outcome.
Competition wise, yeah. That's definitely true. It definitely.
When everyone is happy.
Yeah. That's true. It developed in a like. At some point, it developed in a not even questionable way, right? It's like. It's like, does it also like? What I've also wanted to ask you is, calisthenics competition. Because also talked about it recently. Is it nice to watch from people that don't perform calisthenics? Like, or like, is it only because like for people that don't do sports, in my opinion, let's say just a normal decent dude that doesn't do any sports, it would be pretty interesting to watch sports like let's say swimming, or not like swimming, but like sports like that, right? Do you think calisthenics is only for calisthenics competitions only for calisthenics people, calisthenics athletes?
No, you get this is the same. Like this boils down to preferences. I don't enjoy watching swimming, but I love women's tennis. If you know what I mean, no?
Yeah.
But this is too individual, I think.
Okay.
To make a clear statement. Because, like, there are some people who are like, holy fucking shit. And some people, like, just walk by and, a bunch of fucking monkeys swirling around the bar.
That's true, yeah. Calisthenics competition is pretty interesting topic. Definitely. Also controversial topic, right?
Hella. Every year in some competition, someone's getting robbed. Because the judging system ain't there. Because the organizers are at fault. The fucking damages. Bro, I've seen so many fails at competitions because the bars are not properly installed. Because the mats are fucking shit. 2020, I was competing in the Estonian Nationals and a good buddy of mine literally fell straight into the hospital.
Really? From freestyle calisthenics?
Because he fell between the mats.
Between them.
Because the organizers couldn't get the full mat, so they had to fucking place some shit. And under the fucking mats, there was a metal rod that was holding a whole construction inside. After that, quit basically the guy.
Yeah.
But the guy he had so much potential.
Definitely, yeah.
But how the fuck? And this is just my case.
Yeah.
Literally talk to any guy who has actually been in the space. They have seen so much of those fucking falls.
Yeah, 100%. Like
here recently in Kevad Battles.
Yeah.
They have the fucking portable main bar.
Yeah.
The organizer didn't shovel it deep enough into the sand or place mats properly, and one Latvian guy slit his fucking knee. Clean cut open with a fucking heavy metal.
Really?
Like this much skin was loose. Fucking stitches. Like what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
In that sense.
Like.
Yeah, the organizers do it so lightheartedly, but the athletes, they are fucking like, they're passionate about it. Because I was passionate about it as well. I know how much it means to compete.
Yeah.
But if you let that shit slide each year, then we're gonna be fucking wasted.
That's true. That's definitely true. At some point, it's just like also, you could have just placed the mat there, right? It's not even the athlete's fault, right? That they.
Yeah. But sign the document that it's all your fault.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
bad actors.
100%. Also, like, speaking. Wait, what did I want to say? So, like, do you think calisthenics competitions can be great again, right? Or like can have a turn?
Yeah, but this is
like, do you think calisthenics competitions? Yeah,
like the thing about that is a bunch of people have a bunch of good ideas and a bunch of people have a bunch of shit ideas. How do you filter out the good ideas from the shit ideas?
Good question.
And the problem will come if someone comes up with an idea, half of the community is gonna like it, half of them is gonna quit.
Yeah.
So it is extremely hard to do anything in that regard. Like, I personally think that calisthenics competitions, all of this shit that let's get some judges that are fucking went through some fucking program on how to judge, that's retarded in my opinion.
Definitely, 100%.
But a bunch of people are disagreeing with that statement. They think that should be the only way. But I personally think that it should be very experienced athletes. Like, in my vision,
So
there should be a world governing federation that has judges, like 20 of them, and they are flown out each year to every competition.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And there is no room to work around that.
Yeah.
Maybe occasionally they get some people in there, but you literally take the most elite, the strongest athletes ever. You put them in some fucking organization, and then, let's say, like the miniature competitions, they can just rent them out, basically.
Yeah.
Like a service.
True.
But that should literally be how it's done. Then you have like a strict fucking seat full of people who know what they're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's only the elite guys.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
Because the one big problem when it comes to judging in general is are you judging it based on your own subjective experience or your objective experience? Objective meaning something is written down, and subjective is I hated the form a little bit. Because some judges, including me, we might like judge differently based on the fucking looks. This is just pure human behavior, you know.
100%.
I prefer someone doing a 360 like this. Someone else might prefer it when I do it like this.
That's true. Yeah.
How can you make the difference? You can't.
No.
So that when we have the table seat of the fucking elite athletes, then it would be all subjective.
Yeah.
And they can argue with themselves and come up with conclusions. But if we have some guys from here, some fucking random ass organizer, Mighty, who is fucking judging something, then we're fucked.
Yeah.
So the subjectivity plays a huge role.
Yeah, 100%, right. But like also speaking of calisthenics future, do you think calisthenics is now like going more into a better way, or is it now downfalling, sort of? Calisthenics.
It's having its transition. It's having its transition. I think we're at the early stage, if I'm being honest. Because this is gonna go viral when this happens, but I feel thanks to so many guys putting in the effort on YouTube, we're gonna get more guys who are gonna start growing their socials, but they're not doing the basic things, you know. No, I am a great example of that. I popped off because I was different.
100%, yeah.
And my vision is, if a lot of those real street workout calisthenics guys do the same thing as me, being different, eventually someone hits mainstream. And when that happens, then we're gonna be fucking lit. Because calisthenics, like social presence wise, we're missing that. There hasn't been a single guy hitting mainstream who is from the street workout background.
Yeah.
For sure, Chris Harry is an example. Chris Harry is the only guy, but he needs to to get views. He needs to like do other things as well. But if we would get someone like Toji, but street workout to pop off, then we're fucking goated.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
because
yeah.
I think that is where it's headed. We get much more independent, like content creators, and eventually some of those guys are gonna pop off. And when they pop off, then we're getting influx of like not some fucking parsing or eagles. I am Clark King, my son. I haven't said that. We have been talking for so long that I haven't said that. I am Clark King, my son.
Yeah, I also wanted to ask you, like, maybe I'm like lacking behind, but Clarking, is that what is that?
No clue, bro. Someone commented, the same, like, I am Ianing my bar secret. Do you watch Greg Doucette?
Yeah, Greg Doucette, yeah. Watch some videos
No,
of this.
Greg Doucette has the saying, I am Gregging my Doucette.
Really?
Yeah, so now the fitness people have said, like, I am Ianing my bar seagull. Or in my case, I am Clarking my son.
that's okay.
So that's the origin of that, basically.
Oh, okay. Because like I was like, what does it mean, Clarking?
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. It's the same. I'm Clarking my Doucette.
Yeah, okay, definitely. And also speaking of Clark, what I also wanted to ask you is your name origin, because like your original name is not like Supaclarkson, right? Your name is Carl, right? And
Yep.
like Supaclarkson, does it have a calisthenics background maybe, or like was it just random that you created Supaclarkson?
I had an Instagram, an old Instagram, where I posted all of my old shit. Fuck it. Anyways, I had my own Instagram. I had Carl Nida's handle there. I posted a bunch of like old calisthenics videos. Then I wanted to
Oh wait, you're lagging a
start
bit. Oh,
fresh.
yeah.
And branding was... Is it now okay?
Wait, just wait a sec. Okay, I think it's good now.
Testing.
It's good. Yeah.
So basically, I created a new Instagram and I wanted to have a different handle because I thought my name was boring.
What was
So this was in
okay.
2016. This was in 2016. So I thought, what would be the name of the new Instagram handle? And Clark is similar to Carl, which is my name. Clark Kent is Superman's name.
Really? Oh.
Since I think it is. Let me check.
Yeah.
Clark Kent. Yeah, Superman. And since Clark is Superman's first name, Supa Clark. Oh, that's kind of dope. But how can I make it even better? Son. Supaclarkson. Oh shit. That's how I rolled.
That's very interesting. Oh.
Yeah, it was quite random, but now the name Supaclarkson, it's so fucking unique. I like it so fucking much. That's why I decided to fucking tattoo it actually on my chest.
Really? Oh. I mean, like, I didn't even know that.
But
like, I didn't even know that, man. I
yeah,
always
no
thought, like,
one.
what is it like? But it's Supaclarkson.
It's
your name.
Yeah, it's like dark sketched. I tattooed it 2022.
2022. But like,
Yeah.
Okay. Your
Because
name origin is
fucking
yeah.
you know, in order to pop off, we need to make a persona out of ourselves.
True.
And this is my persona, basically. So I thought it would be a good way to remind me that I am Supaclarkson.
Supaclarkson, but it's also pretty easy to pronounce, right? And that's also
Yeah, the in the calisthenics space, it's actually so funny to see. Like when I was starting out, I knew already like a bunch of like athletes abroad. They were all calling me Carl, but now everyone goes like Supa, Clark, Supa, Clark, which is like dope.
Definitely. Also, like Superman. Do you enjoy watching like films, movies, Superman, or like do you still watch?
I used to. No, bro, I'm so out of touch of nothing. So out of touch. Ever since I had the kid, especially, it's like no fucking time. But I used to watch a bunch. I used to watch anime. I used to fucking play games. Like an uncle here. I used to watch.
That's true. Do you also want your son to be a calisthenics athlete, maybe, or like to? Do you want? Yeah.
They pay shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna be sending that boy straight into IT.
IT. That's nice.
I will see.
Yeah.
I'm already like trying him to grab the bar. He can manage to hold for like 3 seconds,
Really?
but that's it. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
But I'm gonna be making like a big ass video when he does his first pull-ups or something.
How old
That
is
would
your
be
son
sick.
right now?
Don't send this to my wife. 1 year and 3 or 4 months.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what? March, April, June, July. 4 months.
4 months.
1 year and 4 months.
When do you think he will be able to do his first pull-up?
I think 2.5 maybe, let's see.
2.5, okay, yeah. Let's see. I mean, like, I've
Let's
also
see
watched,
him.
like, on Instagram, like, you have also mentioned it, right? The standard, or, like, the skills, or Instagram is literally, like, fucked up, right? And, like, I've also seen so many kids doing calisthenics. 6-year-old boys doing muscle-ups, 30 consecutive muscle-ups, that is, like...
Oh yes, I saw that video. That's fucked up. Wasn't that the world record?
Could be.
I think it was.
Could be, yeah.
That's crazy.
That's really...
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that is straight up like
alien,
nuts.
right?
But I remember when I started, we used to have one like guy, like a young kid, like age of 5 or 6, who used to do like 90-degree push-ups and handstand push-ups.
Really? 5 years.
Yeah. He was extremely viral. But you know, these guys, if the parents are like maniacs and want to do it, then go ahead. It's cool to watch either way, like. But I think like you need to be experienced in order to like teach your kid that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is
yeah.
the type of thing that like ex-gymnasts do with their kids.
Yeah.
That's a fucking blokes, basically.
100%, definitely. But that's true.
Fucking dope.
Like Instagram Reels, that's super fun. But like,
yeah, we got a lot of different fucking
yeah,
stuff nowadays. People post shit, people fucking meme, people teach, people talk shit. That's just the game.
like every time you open
We shouldn't
Instagram,
like fear it.
Every time you open Instagram,
We should avoid it.
That's true.
Sorry.
No, that's true. 100%. Like what I was just trying to say is like every time you open Instagram and see like all those skills, you get insecure, but that should not happen, right? You should be like
Excited
your own
to train,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You should use this as a motivation, right? Or like
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But if you doom scroll and you see 50 reels of a planche, then you're like, oh, everyone can planche.
That is true.
Because the fucking, I think it was your video. You were like, you were reacting to the 1 in a million video. Of this like planche.
Yeah.
This planche mathematic video. Yeah. And I think you were like, what, really? So little people.
Yeah.
So little amount of people who were doing like planches. Bro, I'm not kidding. We have like 15 guys at max who I know. That's at max. It's fucking crazy if you see like the average person.
100%. Like planche, even though Instagram, it seems that everybody can do planche is still pretty rare, right? Like I've also seen only one dude in my whole calisthenics journey do a planche in 3 years. That's also pretty interesting.
What do you mean?
Like in person, to see somebody doing.
You have only seen a planche.
No, like in person.
Only one?
Only one dude, doing a planche in front of me. That's true.
But there is a lot of guys in Germany, no?
Yeah, but like most of the people, what I've noticed and what I also talked about with my brother is maybe you've also noticed it, but whenever I train at the calisthenics park, I mostly see people doing like not like basics, right? Dips, pull-ups, and like I haven't really seen much doing skills training.
You're training at the wrong park then, my G, I think.
Could also be, yeah.
Because aren't the Latvist and these guys, they're training in some fancy ass park.
But it's not like
it's far away.
No. It's like it's called Monju Park. It's a pretty famous calisthenics park here in Berlin. But like I'm just training at my local calisthenics park. But I also should train there from time to time.
Bro, definitely go there. Like straight up, find someone who will take you under their wing. Best suggestion I could ever give you. Like to train with people who are stronger than you, actually. That is like that. Yeah, everyone preaches that. And you know, if you're like antisocial, then take your fucking balls, take your testicles, grab them and say, I'm gonna go find me some stronger guys.
100%. Did you also have like friends who started calisthenics back then when you first started, or were you the only person?
Yeah. Initially, I was the only person, but then it somehow like somehow we met on socials. Oh shit, you do it as well. Cool, let's go train. And then it happened. We had like a friend group of like 5 or 6 people, and it like rotated. So I've always trained in a group, basically, including the initial 2 years.
True, definitely. What I also like to train with people, like it's just another vibe. And also when I went to the calisthenics meetup, right? Seeing all those dudes doing calisthenics and like training together really inspired me. Not gonna lie, right?
Hella. Especially if you're like new to this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, those are like, it will like detach you from your anxiety.
Yeah,
And your like
100%.
self-doubt. You will literally say, holy shit, this is possible. Instead of like grinding in your own basement for like 6 months, hoping for one skill to come eventually for the first 2 seconds. But then you're like, actually, oh my god.
That is possible.
Yep.
100%. 100%. Also, like, speaking of skills training, are there skills that you prefer most, or do you have a favorite skill right now? Handstand, one-arm handstand, planche, front lever.
Planche. A straddle planche is my go-to.
Is your go-to? Yeah. It just feels the coolest. It just feels the nice.
Yeah, it's so stable for me.
Oh,
like
really?
at one point, yeah, like 2 years ago or one, I had a longest break for like 4 months or half a year even. But I was still able to do it.
Really? After this break?
Yeah. It's so in my nervous system now. It's like, I think I would need to stop doing it entirely for like 2 years for it to not be that. I could like, it was hard. It was like barely 3 seconds, but it, you know, it's not like I'm going back into the tuck or the advanced tuck. So it's so stable for me.
Really? Wow.
But all of these skills go in increments, you know. And that is the thing, like a bunch of people like misunderstand. Once you have built yourself to a degree, that will stay most likely. If you're not a fucking soy boy.
That's true. That's definitely true. Like in my opinion, I think most stable for me is probably handstands. I think I'm pretty good in handstand. Like the only problem is I've only trained handstand in my whole calisthenics journey. I've never really striked for like
Wait.
Yeah.
Recap. You lagged out.
Oh, okay. Is everything good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I can hear you.
So like maybe I'm going for full planche in the next couple of months. Let's see.
Yeah, if you have a solid handstand, then it's a good time to start doing that.
You also think like handstand, you should be able to do
That is good
handstand in
shit.
order to go for planche, right?
I know personally guys who can hold a full planche for 10 seconds, but they can't do a handstand.
Really? Cool. Okay, that is also pretty interesting.
Yeah. Same thing, different bodies.
Yeah, 100%.
Different possibilities of training.
I've also seen like dudes doing like Maltese for 10 seconds, but can't do full planche for like 5 seconds, right?
Yeah.
So like...
That's maybe too extreme, but I get your point. Because I think a Maltese is...
Like,
you know,
do you
a
know...
real Maltese.
Yeah, okay. Real Maltese. Okay, that's true. Have you also noticed max effort? Do you know this calisthenics effort?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you mean the jacked guy? The Russian?
Like,
no, wait, I'm talking about Max True.
No, not Max True.
That's a different guy.
True. Max effort?
Then I don't know.
Because like what I also wanted to talk about with you is like I don't think if it is like new gen or stuff like that, but he's literally doing handstands of 10 meters, right? Max effort. Max EFRT. Like if you see one of his reels, that is literally crazy. Doing handstands.
He's on like Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. I don't think he does YouTube. Max EFRT. Like, in my opinion, did you also wanted to...
Yes, this is an insane guy. Yeah, I know. What's the deal?
So, like, do you also, like, think, or, like, do you also want to achieve something like that, right? To do calisthenics or to do handstand wherever literally you want? Do you think that would be a goal that you want to achieve? Or, like, not, like, this extreme, but...
No, it would be sure hella cool to be able to do that. But, like...
I At some point, it's too extreme. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to Latvia right now for the weekends. And most of the guys are there. High achieving guys, world championship qualifiers. And some old buddies who used to train back at that time. Bro, we were so pessimistic in the whole like space there when we were training. I'm gonna put the vlog out like hopefully this week, but you will get the point. Everyone is literally like, why should we need that? The competitions are shit either way. Bro, we're all so fucking like, the main argument I had with one friend was like this, like, oh, you should learn the planche. And then we would like start talking to each other and like, why should I learn the planche if it's not gonna pay me anything? That's like, that is where I am currently. Like, sure, it would be cool to do these max stuff. I'm like slowly even attempting those actually. I want to get my like straight bar handstand push-ups better.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
But like this route that you're gonna build yourself into a level beforehand, before doing like socials is like brain dead. You're never gonna start any socials. If that is the goal. If for sure, if you want to be like some crazy Superman who no one knows about, and you want to be extremely strong or extremely unique, and you want to keep it to yourself, then go for it. But like, that is not the way I think.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So to answer the question, for sure, I would love to do that, but
doesn't like
I wouldn't.
Financially.
I wouldn't put. Not even financially. Like the same aspect. Like, why should I put the mental energy there where the only thing that I'm getting back is the skill? You know? And this comes from a guy who has learned a full planche. Where people have told me that it's impossible. I even thought about it myself. But now I have achieved it. I've achieved much further than that even. Not to say was it worth it, it definitely was, because I learned so much about myself.
Yeah,
but 100%. At the end, the skill is not the main priority.
Yeah.
Fucking knowledge is.
That's true. That's definitely true. But like, I've seen your straight bar handstand push-ups. They are pretty good.
No, they used to be better. Everything is now for me like they used to be better. Yeah, I'm literally like the fucking uncle of calisthenics stuff. Yeah, back at my time, I used to fucking. But handstand wise, it doesn't make a big difference whether I'm doing it like. This is only like what you're used to doing, you know. If you can do these handstand push-ups like with the regular grip, then it's literally like a month's worth of practicing it with this grip.
Yeah.
Nothing else, basically.
True. 100%. But like, was handstand always one of your goals, or was handstand just like?
And actually, I was able to walk on a handstand quite early on. Yeah. Walk, never. I think I got it stable like in 1.5 years, something like that. But this was early on. But handstand was one of the moves I learned the quickest, I think.
Oh, really?
And the first things I learned,
Definitely, 100%.
But this is also, you know, like genetics, the way of life before training. I used to fucking run around as a kid, do cartwheels and shit. So that helped a lot as well.
Oh, really? So like a
definitely
background, right?
No, not an acrobat. I'm not like Christoph in that sense. It was just like, I want to learn a cartwheel. Father, can you teach me how to do a cartwheel?
Okay. Yeah.
So it was all like that. But if you've done it from the age of fucking 3 to like 10, then you already have some muscle strength
100%.
for handstand, you know.
100%.
But people don't acknowledge it. People rarely acknowledge it in calisthenics.
Also, like in calisthenics, have you also heard of this meme? Like, if somebody does like planche, nobody cares. But if somebody does
bro, that is so fucking true. That is so true. Even at my local gym where I'm filming, I'm doing a full planche. I'm doing full planche presses even. People are like... But when I do a handstand...
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
People like not to say it in a mean way, but the NPCs don't even like their brain cannot comprehend the difference between a handstand and a planche.
Yeah, 100%. They don't realize how difficult it is, right, to achieve skill like that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. This is the same thing goes into business. I think a lot of business gurus tell this thing that the first million is the hardest, but going from 1 million to 100 million theoretically is much easier. But like, if we're all brokies, then we'll think like, but the million, what? Same thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Different states of thinking. Okay, esoteric knowledge.
Definitely. Like, I also used to film at my local gym, right? Calisthenics. And also only probably train calisthenics at my local gym. And I've also seen, like, reaction-wise, yeah. So, I think handstand on dip bars is, when I train at the calisthenics park, most people would probably be amazed of me doing handstand on dip bars than of me doing an insane skill, right? And it's also like pretty like not sad, but it kind of also sometimes maybe
It's demotivating.
Demotivating, yeah, definitely. Because like you train.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah. I think I made an Instagram. I made like this post, the mental side of training skills.
Yeah.
And I talked about that, like, not this was rage baiting, of course, but this was more like, wait, let me find it actually.
But also like to stick, because what I've also noticed, maybe you will also agree, in my opinion, yeah, the calisthenics was skills neglect. Okay, yeah. That's true.
You were saying?
So like what I've also noticed is, in my opinion, to progress in calisthenics is also like pretty much difficult, right? Because so many factors can influence your progress in calisthenics. Have you slept well? Did you eat well? Or like, what is going on now with your life?
Everything.
I think that's also like a big turn off for people to continue training calisthenics. Because if people don't see progress, most of them will just stop, right?
Yeah. It's not even in the form of like, not only by not seeing progress, it's also like not seeing the recognition and the hard work put in by other people. You know, brain fart, but you get the point. People don't give a fuck. And then you're fucking demotivated. It is all neglected love. Bro, in my side quest, actually, I like love psychology a lot. Like hell a lot. And I like to like study why people do things they do. And this is the best example. Everyone rationalizes about, no, I just want to be strong. Bro, everything stems from something. I literally know exactly. Like, where did this fucking brain bar came on, I want to be the best. Because I didn't felt loved enough when I was a child. And I was bullied for looking skinny. And a lot of people, no, you can't blame them as well, because people are on their like own levels when it comes to this
topic,
widened thinking. Yeah. And like everything comes from something.
Yeah, 100%.
But a bunch of people delve into skills or in calisthenics in general, not knowing on why they're actually doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know, a funny thing actually. Ever since I started, I've always heard this thing. When you get a girlfriend, you're gonna quit. When you're gonna change the school, you're gonna quit. When you're gonna start finding friends who are not training, you're gonna quit. When you get a fucking kid, you're gonna quit. Bro, for 10 years, this is the thing I've heard so fucking much. This wasn't said to me in a negative way. This was just like, bro, you gotta face the facts. Like, life's gonna take a turn. But bro, that's like bullshit. If you know why you're doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
If you internally like thought it through why you're actually doing it, then you're gonna stick with it.
100%.
And now I have this fucking eye. Every time, you know, these the athletes in Estonia, they like circle through. They're like a bunch of like I used to train with a certain group of guys, and then we switched into another. Some guys left, some guys came in, you know. It was always switching the guys.
Oh wait.
And now I think like from now like 3 years on in past 3 years ago I learned this ability basically. I can sense if a guy will quit or not.
Yeah.
Purely from the fact how they approach themselves, not their trainings, but themselves.
Yeah.
Even if the guy, bro, I've met so many talented guys who fucking quit, but they didn't have it in them. That's the thing. We can blame the scene all we want. A bunch of guys like to say, including me, I still love to say it because it's like cool to say it. The organization part is fucked and the athletes ain't getting anything. But bro, the real G's are gonna keep doing it. I've met the guy who was stronger in a planche than me. He was much shorter than me here in Estonia. Fucking cool guy. Fucking planche presses. Ideal body of a planche. Short, light, fucking peak planches. Quit. Because the inner work comes first.
Yeah.
Because I used to be bullied, I'm skinny, and now, like, even nowadays, I, like, watch myself in the mirror, like, am I skinny? No, I'm fucking not. I started out, like, weighing 35 kilograms. That's, like, fucking underweight.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I was literally, I looked like a starving kid in Africa. I'm not kidding. I had only bones and skin.
Really?
Literally. Wait. Oh, fuck, I don't have the picture here. Can I screen share my stuff?
Yeah, you can. It's right down the corner. It's like a monitor with like a arrow pointing to the right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Share your screen.
But like what I also wanted to say is like I actually was bullied for being overweight actually. So I had a
in your case it's the opposite.
Yeah, definitely. And like the reason why I started is like I wanted like to start with that, right? There were like so many factors, like also family wise, right? I was always told you need to start or something like that. And I was also bullied pretty much, like maybe other overweight kids can relate, like you're making fun of your weight to be cool in front of your friends.
Yes.
I've also heard that a lot, right? And it always
same happened to me with the skinny stuff.
And like those moments or like those acts really triggered me to start, right? And like that's the reason. And always when times gets hard, I just look back at it, right? And ask myself, why did I start? And that just keep pushing me, right?
Exactly.
I want to make my 12-year-old Eliauza proud, right? That's,
Amen.
Yeah, 100%.
That is fucking true. To take it even a step further, once you've reached that state, then you will understand that you didn't need the fucking body in the first place.
Yeah.
You were just lacking confidence. And then you're gonna have a panic episode or like a loss of self at one point if you reach your goals. Then you're gonna be out for some time, and then you're gonna like come back, and then you're like, okay, I'm reoriented now. Because you will realize at one point that all you needed was your internal validation, not the outside validation. But since you're at the early stage, you still don't know. And I didn't know as well. So. But that is exactly how it goes. not to uncle you, but this is like in every like transformation basically. I really want to find the photos. Wait, I have 1 terabyte full of videos.
Maybe I can also...
of me training.
Yeah. Maybe I can also show you a pic of mine. Wait. Let me just look it up real quick. Because when I first started calisthenics, I think you also did it, right? When I first started calisthenics, I took so many videos of me training, like literally. The moment I started calisthenics, the moment I started fitness, I was like filming every time, and I have super many videos of me. Like that
is good.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you can just share the journey down the line, which is the best thing possible.
Yeah, 100%. Let me just also open mine. Send code.
I once took every clip.
Yeah.
I can't remember. This was like a year ago. I took every clip I had of me training. It was like over 20 hours of footage, which is fucking crazy.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. True. 100%.
Oh, nice.
Also, looking at the pics or like looking at the transformation you've had, it also like motivates, right? If I would look at the videos I did 3 years ago and now see what I've come to, especially in like fitness, body transformation, it just like makes...
Is this streaming now?
Yeah, it's streaming now. I see it.
Sorry, say it again. I was fucking brain deading here.
What I was just trying to say is like, if you see the videos you did back then and compare it to now, right? So what have you reached, especially in fitness, it just motivates, right? If I see like videos of me back then 3 years ago and compare it to my state, to my fitness state right now, it just makes me happy, right?
I totally agree. Because like a bunch of people nowadays, especially on social media, love to like pick on this shit. Like, oh, you still look fat, you still look skinny, but bro,
wow.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, I see it.
This is prior to training, basically. Look at the fucking hand. It's only bone. This was me training for half a year. Bro, the arm looks like the skeleton in Minecraft.
Wow, yeah.
Like,
you were pretty skinny, yeah.
Total. No, here I was like training 1 year or something. Fucking crazy.
But wow.
And then this was the first competition I had.
Really?
Look at me versus the opponent. What the fuck is this? Let's look at the arm difference.
Wow, but like
fucking
this
crazy.
guy was
jacked.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So this
Skin
was
and
you
bone.
when you first started calisthenics, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cis pose.
Sis.
This is the most iconic photo. I like this so much. This is literally skin and bone.
Yeah, 100%. Man, now look at you, right? Man, like you've built...
Sorry, you like?
Oh, okay. I mean, like, I was just trying to say, like, and now look at you, right? You've built a...
Yeah.
You've
exactly
come a long way, right?
Through the years. Sorry, what?
Like, you've had a pretty good transformation. You built a very strong body.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh,
you also had glasses back then.
I still have. I'm wearing contacts.
Oh.
I am a geek, yes. I have fucking glass bottles, actually. -5. No, this is some school era. Here I was already training calisthenics, but this is like crazy. Here is me running. Ah! I sometimes daydream like, oh, it would be cool if I wouldn't have like trained at all. I think I would weigh like 55 kilos right now. This was my first trophy, I think.
The first trophy, yeah.
2017. Yep.
Wow.
Here is me judging.
Oh, really? You judged?
Yes. I was judging quite early on. Oh, here is a fan photo. This is the first time I met Daniels.
But it was also pretty early on, right? I think, is it
Yes,
2018, yeah,
18, I think.
2018, yeah. 18. Wow. Wow. These are memories.
Fucking crazy shit.
Wow.
Literally. Oh! Maximum lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it now. Crazy shit.
Like if I'm also going to... Wait, let me just share my screen also real quick. Do you see it right now?
Oh, yes.
This see
How many years ago was this?
This was 2 and 10 months. 2 years and 10 months. Do you still see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so like this was me. I was always like trying to look at my form, look at my back, right? And like now I'm also going to do a push up, right?
The classic filming with friends. Oh, can you please film me? I wanna try something.
This was my first ever push up recorded, like filmed. Like I was always looking at my form.
The third one was struggling.
Yeah, like I didn't build much muscle. So like, and that's me, right? This was all 3 years ago. And now bam. This was also me doing like weighted dips.
Massive. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like...
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good that you started early.
I also had a time where I was also pretty skinny, I would say. Like, wait. So like, my goal always was to... Oh, wait. My goal always was to build...
This is you?
Yeah, that's me. I think it was...
That's hella skinny. Gee. Did you like train or you diet? What did you
both.
do?
Like, my first priority was like dieting. I really wanted to get really skinny, but at some point it was just too skinny and I didn't even progress. So I needed to make some change and yeah.
Yeah, that's massive.
Yeah. So like,
being chubby, going to that ripped and then now gains.
Thanks. That's true.
That's sick.
True. Thanks, man.
We're going up. We're going only up.
100%. But like, okay. Wait. Okay, yeah. 100%. But we've come a long way. And also your transformation is huge. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, bro, and we're going even longer. It takes courage to start a YouTube channel, so I really appreciate your work, man. You're doing fucking great.
Thanks.
Because I know the fucking struggle as well.
Yeah.
Like, you might think that you're not enough, but trust me, there are people who need your advice.
Thanks.
That's how it fucking goes.
True, 100%. Like, I also started YouTube, right, to share my story, to like give people what I've learned, right? That was just... I didn't really take YouTube that serious back then. I was like making some joke videos, but I always related to fitness. So my first video was also fitness, but right now I'm just trying to like see where it takes me, right? I'm just
No, don't see. Just put in the work.
That's true, man. That's true.
No, like YouTube wise, it feels hard to not get views and post videos. I know, but the main thing, just keep doing, just keep showing up, just keep showing up because you will improve either way if you have the brain. The people who like post 100 videos and don't improve, then they're fucking like.
That's true.
But you've been keeping it good.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Yeah.
That's also like, it's pretty, but I also enjoy it, right? I've enjoyed every single moment in my whole calisthenics journey, and like to know that I've started, right? To know that that every day I'm trying to get better is like really, that really motivates me, right?
Yeah, it's the mindset aspect. It will always be the mindset aspect.
100%, right?
Even in my case, like I don't need more than 30 minutes a day. I fucking have 30 minutes a day. Everyone fucking has.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm just like lazy. I'm being honest about it. I've done so much internal work that I don't need the outcome necessarily at this point. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm a bitch. Don't be lazy.
Don't be lazy, yeah. That's a good advice, definitely.
Yeah.
And especially now, like, I mean, we have, so like, especially me, I have time, right? I need to use it productive, right?
Yeah.
Doom scrolling on TikTok is also like, yeah.
Yes, there is a lot of science that comes into that. It is actually killing your brain. It is, yes.
So like, especially like when I look at my friends or like when I look at my classmates, school and everything, like TikTok also destroyed teenagers' minds, right? Sadly.
Tell me about it. Yeah, bro, it destroys everyone's minds.
Yeah. So
it always should be used as a tool rather than a fucking.
That's true. That's 100% true.
Yeah, now like that is another topic, bro. Fucking the whole thing about society now is that we're becoming so fucking stupid because of the fucking apps.
Yeah, yeah.
It is good to stay away from it as much as possible, especially when you're young.
Yeah.
Even nowadays, like now I feel like you know when you're hooked. And some people never get out when they're like doing that endless scrolling.
Yeah, 100%.
But if we have the consciousness to just like zoom out a bit and then realize like, oh shit, I'm getting cooked, then it's time to fuck. Distance yourself. I think I'm going to I want to buy the fucking the flip phone.
Flip phone? Oh really?
Yeah.
Samsung, right?
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Nokia. What else are the brands? Motorola. But I just want to like detach from socials. That would be the best thing that can possibly happen to me.
Yeah. Especially TikTok,
Good.
like it destroys people's minds, right?
Literally. Yeah, in the like upcoming next 5 years, I think we're gonna have like a big ass shift. We're gonna have the fucking monkey brains, and then we're gonna have the intellectuals, aka the normal people, like the thinkers, and then society is gonna go in half. And if you're a content creator, then you can be the thinker. So I'm betting all of my money on social media in that sense. If you're a creator. Because if you're a consumer all the time, then you...
That's true.
No. Great. Yes. Consume. No. Great.
That's true. That's true. We need like creative people, right? We need creative minds in today's world. Always like even so many people use AI. So many people don't use their mind to do stuff, right? They just...
Well,
like,
it should be used as a tool, in my opinion, like
100%.
to increase something, but not to like fucking replace everything.
100%, yeah.
I think I just heard a study. This might be like fake news. But I heard a study that they made like a study on the people who are using ChatGPT, like a week study. They actually lose brain cells and like they lose memory, they lose cognitive function if they just blindly use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Because you can get absolutely every answer from there. You can even learn a planche with that. Like straight up, it's fucked.
100%, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Bro, we had a nice discussion. I think it's time to like go.
It was super fun.
Thank
you so much for being here, right?
I give you one last
thing.
You can ask me anything you want. One thing.
Thanks. Okay. Should I use it right now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Only 1 minute.
Yes. Take your time.
Okay, I know it. Are you ready? Supaclarkson.
Yes.
But it's going to be difficult to answer. I'm just saying, right?
Oh, wait. Sorry. Let me rephrase it.
Okay.
Something that you might need.
Okay. It is.
Not something like, what is your dog's name? Or what was your first fucking... Yeah. Okay, then it's good.
Okay. Are you ready? Because I've been doing content creation for serious now for about 1 year, right? And I've always had times where I really ask myself, what calisthenics content should I create? Should I do vlogs? Should I do tutorials? How to handstand, how to front lever, how to blah blah blah, how to do that and stuff. And I've never really answered that question till now. And I wanted to ask you is, what do you think for me, or like, which calisthenics content creation should be, or let's just say, which niche in calisthenics, which calisthenics content creation is best? Should you be different? Should you be doing videos talking about some topics, controversial topics? Should you do vlogs? Should you focus on what makes you happy in order to, right? Or what is your opinion about that? What do you think? Like content creation.
Yeah. Right. Zdenek gave a good overview when you did the vlog, podcast interview. Basically, yeah, do your things. When something pops off, then it's good. But the thing that will pop off is most likely something that will hit broad, which would appeal to a big audience. How I went through it, I tested out many videos. I tried vlogs, I tried tutorials, I tried fucking yaps, I tried highly edited yaps, I tried controversial topics, I didn't try controversial topics, I tried practically everything. If you try everything, something eventually will pop off, either just a little. I used to get like 300 views per video. Then I made some video, then it jumped into 700 views. Think through why that video might have popped off. Was it the topic? Was the way that you spoke? Was it what the hell was it? Then for the next 5 videos, you're gonna do similar videos. You're gonna reiterate. You're gonna brainstorm. Then out of those 5, let's say another one popped off. And then you're going to reiterate the thing as well. This is exactly how I knew. You know, I was in this exact position as you. Should I do like at home talking heads? Should I do at home in the gym talking heads? Should I do it like a mic'd up sessions? What the fuck should I do? But for me, this format worked the best. Talking head, talking about my experience, being controversial. But I only knew that because some of those videos tended to get more views.
Okay, yeah.
That is the thing. It has been always a steady growth for me. You know, the worst thing that can happen to you is if your video goes mega viral. Because you don't know how to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
Not money-wise, capital-wise, meaning how can you build on top of that?
Yeah.
If you are going to make a video now talking about, let's say just for an example, Chris Heria, and the video goes viral. Now the new people watching your stuff are going to only expect similar videos. But you don't want to do those necessarily. Exactly. That is why you should always stick to your own thing, the things you actually like. Never do a video which you don't like. This is crucial as well. And if something pops off, reiterate. And slowly you're gonna build on top of that.
Okay.
This is exactly what happened to me in the last like 1 year of doing like long form. Let me count, bro. It's literally like let me see, wait. I'ma count you 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It took me 1, 2, 3, 4. Literally, yeah. Approximately 30 videos to understand what works, what doesn't. Like long form videos, which took a lot of effort to make. And after that, I have done now fucking 30 more. And now those are like always getting more and more and more and more and more. So I would answer the question, try as much as possible. Rework the ones which got more engagement. Build on top of that. But always do it when you enjoy the video.
Yeah.
Because if you don't like your own video, and if you wouldn't watch your own video, no one would.
Yeah.
That is fucking extremely crucial, actually. And this I like realized quite recently.
Yeah. That is
Because I was editing like fucking videos that were like, oh, fuck me, I want to like finish it. I'm too tired to watch this shit. Gets like 3k views. If I'm fucking like, this is gonna be hella funny, then it's gonna get like 10k views.
Yeah. That's true.
So those two things.
Are very
Integrate and improve, and like it yourself.
Okay. That is true. That is good advice. Thanks, man.
Yep. Hella, man.
Like at some point, I'm currently, as you said, just questioning, right? What should I do, right? And
I was completely... I was in this phase for like half a year. At that point, I had made 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, about 40 videos. And I was still questioning. I was still asking the same thing. Fuck me, I'm not getting anywhere. And then, this got more views. Okay, I'm gonna try that.
yeah.
And you are not going to get the following if you aren't useful in any way.
Yeah.
Like my whole shtick is being either controversial being a fucking comedian or like talking about my past self, basically. In a sense of like helping people. And this is not like the viewers decide what to watch. You need to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
This is crucial because you don't want to do like, if you create content that is alienating to the viewer, then it's not gonna be shared, it's not gonna grow, it's not gonna fucking pop off.
Yeah. Okay.
So always there is a viewer who needs you. You just need to fucking do your video in a nice way, package it in a neat way, intros, outros, blah blah blah. A bunch of shit goes into it, but like if you learn the game, then it's easy, bro. I'm like going on autopilot at this point. Like every video is performing better than the next one and shit.
That's true, man. But I'm really happy for you, right?
Thank you, bro. I am also proud. And if you keep at it, you can be the same as me, bro. We can pop off.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully.
Nah, don't hope. Just act.
Okay, just act.
And shit takes time. Shit takes time. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The people who pop off, they always like suck down the line. They're gonna quit. Same as the training principle, you know, as we discussed. Figure out why you're actually doing it, and then go stick with that goal and just.
Yeah. Okay. 100%. That's definitely true. That's true, man. But that's good advice.
It was nice talking to you, man.
Definitely.
Sincerely.
I'm super happy. It was really, really great.
Super happy.
Thanks, right?
Yes, man.
So thanks.
Let's see. Maybe we can do a volume 2 at some point.
Let's see.
And I might come to Germany at one point.
Then
so we can link up.
Definitely. That would be awesome, man. So it was a pretty nice live stream. And I definitely needed that, right? So it was really, really nice talking to you. And
yes, bro.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to end the stream now.
Let's see, man.
So,
yes.
Bye, stream. That's my outro.
Make calisthenics great again. And keep clarking.